been looking to get one of these for a long time, and after saving up enough bottle caps and chump change and a jar and 20s here, 20 there maybe, I was able to finally get this from Cabellas over here just down the street from where I live. And I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick review on it. I've already taken it to the range and I have some thoughts on that, just from being the first time I ever owned a gun like this. This is probably the first new gun I've ever owned, and this is number 15 probably. So it's taken me a while to get to that point. But anyway, let's go ahead and show the goodies. So it comes in this nice little case, although I will say it's a little cheap. These things break off. One of them's broken off and I had to put it back on. Now I'm just going to give you a brief rundown on the kind of things you're going to see inside this. First you have the Glock, and it doesn't come with this. This is just a holster I bought, conceal carry holster. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So, okay, so here it is. This is a Glock 19, the 15 round 9mm one, not to be confused with the Glock 23, which uses that 40 caliber stuff. This is, you know, it comes with two clips, two 9mm clips that go up to 15 rounds, which is nice. We'll just do a quick function check. Nothing in there. You know, just like any other Glock, it's going to come with all the safety features, like with the trigger here, which has a, as you can see, a little safety right here that you have to push down on the trigger before you can actually pull the trigger forward. And you can kind of see the sear or pin in there, or the sear that triggers the pin in there. Pretty nice gun, I have to admit. Let me see if I can lock it open. Brand spanking new. Cost me $549, I think, is what it's going for now as of this moment at Cabellas. This is a 3rd generation Glock. You can tell by the way the handles are on it and everything. So anyway, you get the case. It comes with another extra magazine, as you can see here. Comes with the loader, which I think is completely useless. I tried using it the other day, and you're supposed to basically push it in there and put a bullet in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but put a bullet in there and mash it down, and then put the next one on top of it. But, you know, for what it's worth, real men just push the bullets down and push them in manually themselves. And you know, let me tell you, it's not easy when you get down to number 15 here, but it can be done if you just push down hard enough. Anyway, so let's see what else. It's cheap, you know, basic foam that comes with any case. Comes with a cleaning brush, a nylon brush, which is quite large. Actually, it's kind of hard to ram it through, but it gets the job done. As you can see, you can put cleaning cloth here to ram it through when you're drying it out or cleaning it out if you just want to use solvent and not use the brush. And it's plastic and flimsy. It's not going to scratch or dent or screw up the crown on your gun, so you can do it either way, from the barrel end, which you shouldn't do really, but you can, or from the back, however you want to. And here are the basic stuff that, you know, everybody's required to have when you purchase a new gun, like a lock that you can put it through the barrel, I guess, or, you know, I don't even know how to possibly use that. And then it comes with a bunch of other stuff in here. Let me see if I can pull this stuff out. Comes with, you didn't see that. Comes with your bag that has the test bullet encased in it for trace purposes. I think some states require that. Personal firearms record thing. Of course, my receipt's in there. Then your Youth Handgun Safety Act notice that is required, I guess, by law. It has information about responsible gun ownership and all that jazz. I don't have the manual in here. I don't know why I did that. I'll have to show that separately. But it does come with a manual. Oddly enough, it has stuff in there for the 3rd and the 4th generation Glock. I guess it's a double duty manual. Yes, I said duty. I'll tell you one thing. If you want to get one of these from Cabellas, you do have to be patient. They only come in and deliver Glocks usually once a week or once every other week, and they won't tell you when the Glocks come in, so you basically have to call every day and bug the sales guy and say, Are the Glocks in today? No. Are the Glocks in today? No. So I did that several days and was able to actually get a hold of one of these. And the nice thing about the Cabellas, that I'll say over anyone else, is that they will put the gun on layaway over the phone. You don't actually have to be there in person to do it. Some of the local shops here, I tried to do that, and they basically said, sorry, you have to be here to put it on layaway. We won't even hold it for 5 minutes for you if you have to drive from the other side of fucking town to get to it. So, for what it's worth, Cabela's will actually work with you on that. One of the things I thought that was interesting is how simple this thing is to take apart. You basically got to grab it. You have to do this like with the Tokarev too. Grab it and pull back on the slide a little bit, take some tension off. Then push these tabs that you see here on both sides. There's one over here too. Pull them down. Then pull the slide forward. Should be easy to do that. Oh, forgot. Gotta pull the trigger first. Then pull back, let the slide out, and there you go. And you can see here up close, this is the lightest frame I've ever felt. Of course, you'd expect so being plastic, but it has a lot of nice little details here. I mean, you can tell this gun's going to be made to last. It's very, very nice. Then the next step is to compress the spring so you can take it out. And it's just one component there. Then your barrel, which comes out like that. And you're done. Easy peasy. It's probably the easiest gun I've ever owned to take apart, aside from maybe a revolver or something like that. So, put it back together again. Just, how are you doing, Dave? Slide back in like that. Push the spring in. Now there's a little notch here. You may not be able to see it. There's a little notch right there, right before it flattens out, that you have to stick this into to make it work. I think it's in there. Yep. You can see a little notch. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. But there's a little notch that you have to get that spring into so it'll be stable. And then just slide it back on. Rack it. Function test. Then what I do is rack it again while holding the trigger down. Release. You hear that click. Pull the trigger, and it's working again. There's a couple of things that are kind of innovative here. You'll know that there's a round in a chamber if this thing is sticking out. That's a nice little conceal and carry item if you want to know if it's actually loaded or not while it's sitting in your holster. I do want to give a quick review of, let me put an empty clip in here. I do want to give a quick review of this Gallico conceal and carry inside the waistband holster. It's basically got a plastic side here that's fairly rigid that you can slip this into. And then looping your belt through these loops here, you can have your pant cover or the inside of your waistband go up to here and have this basically against your body, usually I guess against your hip or in your back. This is for slim people, I'll tell you right now. And since I'm a rotund person, this doesn't really work very well. So I don't know how good this is going to be a conceal and carry weapon, but at least I got something to keep it in for the time being. One thing I will say with these Gallicos is they don't really, you have to read carefully in the instructions that there's a tensioner screw here. I didn't know about this. So when I first got this and slipped the gun in, it literally locked in to the point where I couldn't pull it out. So imagine me doing that and then testing it and trying to yank it out of this case and not having any luck whatsoever and practically ripping my pants apart because I didn't know that I was supposed to loosen that tensioner there so that I can get to just the right speed so it'll hold in and still pull out. So, but in any event, for what it is, for 40 or 50 bucks from Cabela's, I guess you can't really go wrong. So in any event, that's all she wrote for now. And we'll have some footage from the gun range for you soon.